So just to put it in context for those who don't know where the Philippines is, it's right that one in the middle with a circle. It's very strategic for the United States uh, to have the Philippines maintain it as a semi-colony. So just a very short background on the Philippines. It's one of the first colonies of the United States at the turn of the 19th century, together with Cuba, Puerto Rico, and uh, other islands. So the Philippines is still a semi-colony of the United States, and so its relationship to the United States right now is that the U.S. is still the master, even though the Philippines is quote unquote independent or sovereign nation. But in terms of politics, military, economics, and internal affairs, it's still very much dictated by the United States and its foreign policies. And one of that is the economics, and particular to that is its relationship to the environmental destruction that's going on in the country. So how is imperialism affecting the environmental situation in the Philippines? The number one, or the thing that I would like to focus more is large-scale, medium-scale, and small-scale mining industries in the Philippines. So basically, if we're going to look at it from a layman's perspective, the Philippines is one of its gardens, where you get your resources, your natural resources for virtually anything that you wanted to build. So that includes a lot of different economic, a lot of mineral reserves, including metallic, non-metallic, gold and copper. So these are all the natural resources that the U.S. is taking from the Philippines, of course along with other countries around the world. But the Philippines is also one of its suppliers. So basically the Philippines is a very rich country with natural resources, but the society itself is very poor. That is because of the U.S. maintaining it as a semi-colony, meaning it allows it to develop on its own, but ensuring that its development will not compete with the United States. And so its main purpose in the Philippines is to extract all these natural resources, bring it back to the United States or wherever it's necessary to go, and then turn it into useful items to be sold back to the Philippines and other countries. So there are various operating mines currently in the Philippines. There are two big mines, the Victoria Gold Mine, Hadcal Copper Mine, and there's 3 medium-scale chromite mines, 4 medium-scale nickel mines, 5 medium-scale gold mines, and 15 cement plants and quarries. So just looking at all these mines that I've listed, these are all foreign owned companies, meaning they get to extract everything from the Philippines and bring it back to where they want to bring it. However, it doesn't support the Philippine economy because all these foreign companies are protected by the government, by the Philippine government, with various agreements and economic policies. So it's not necessarily helping the Philippines to improve or to grow in its economy, because you're just basically taking all these items, raw materials from the Philippines from a very cheap price because you're extracting it raw. And of course, they're using the Philippine workers to extract all this using the most basic form of mining. Therefore, they're not really investing equipment into extracting all these mines. And so that makes it very, very cheap for them to get all these natural resources. And in return, the Philippines is not improving its economy because it's not really gaining any profits from all the extraction. In addition to that, there are more feasibilities. So right now, the United States is still, the US, Canada, and other big mining nations are still looking into the Philippines and studying where they can further extract more minerals in the country. And you can see it's all over the islands. Now, the current state of the local mining industry in the Philippines, as I've explained, it's a vicious cycle. People will extract raw materials, process it, form it into an actual product, and then sell it back to the Philippines. As simple as basic needs like a nail, using for construction, the Philippines cannot even manufacture a single nail. But we produce the mineral to make nails. and even copper, and so many other things. So you just have to imagine that that's very important for development and construction, but we don't even have the machineries to build them. However, we can extract it from the land. So it's a vicious cycle of dependency, like what someone here said earlier. It's import dependent and export oriented. So we export raw materials and then we import almost everything else that we need. This is just an example of the different types of minerals and all the stuff that they can get from the Philippines. What are the major effects in the country? Some of it includes the deforestation that causes a lot of flash flood and soil erosion. So it affects the environment very drastically because they're destroying the environment. In order to extract all these mines, all these minerals, they have to literally break apart an entire mountain or dig deep into the soil, and that basically is destroying the entire environment. Or deforestation, they have to destroy a lot of trees. And then there's also the issue of land grabbing of the indigenous communities. A lot of local indigenous peoples are being displaced because the areas where they live is usually where there are all these mines. And so a lot of people are being displaced out of their ancestral homes in order to get into these mining spots. And as a result of that, many people are resisting. And so the most recent case in the Philippines is that there's an ongoing issue of extrajudicial killing and harassments of the anti-mining activists and those who are pro-indigenous people. So those people who are fighting against the mining companies coming in are also being targeted and not only being displaced, but they're actually being killed with the assistance of the Philippine government, of course. Now, in addition to that, the Philippines is a very disaster-prone area, meaning there's a lot of typhoons and cyclones and hurricanes. And so, as a result of that, the Philippines can withstand all this, but as a result of all this mining that's happening, it's actually making it worse. Because when there are no more trees,